Hello again, and welcome back to another one. And the Eminem vs Vivek Ramaswamy saga continues as he recently spoke out about Eminem sending a cease and desist letter to stop rapping his music during his campaign trail. And this time he included a message to Eminem that's led some to conclude, "Go get him, Eminem, sue the pants off this idiot." And we'll get to this in a bit, and at this point I look forward to the next group who are gonna be mad at Eminem next week, as a few days before this happened it was quote Gen Z who were going off on Eminem over his verse on Realist. Around the same time, quote, hip-hop heads were going at him for dissing Melly Mel, and now it is roughly half the voters in the United States who have since put Eminem on blast. And today we have another one when it comes to Eminem's streak of dominance on this platform, as the latest report on most viewed rappers for the month dropped a few hours ago, and it has sparked some interesting reactions online, as some are still asking the age-old question, who even listens to Eminem in 2023? Loudly crying emojis. And we'll get to this at the latter part of the video. So starting with presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy, who went viral a few days ago for rapping Eminem's Lose Yourself in Iowa. As we reported in the last video, he was sent a cease and desist letter, and on MSNBC he was asked about the situation with Eminem, and he threw in some Renegade references in there this time around.
Yeah, look, I think that I'll respect his wishes, but I would just say, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Eminem in his rise used to be a guy who actually stood up to the establishment and said the things that the establishment didn't want him to say. I think the fact that my political viewpoints may differ from his, I think people change over the course of their lives. But I have hope for him that he will one day rediscover the renegade that made him great, and I'm rooting for that success in his life.
And the fact that he still threw in some Eminem lyrics in there is why some believe it is grounds to sue this time around, hence reactions like this on Twitter. Dumb guy goes and says another line of one of Eminem's songs. I hope he takes him to court now, but on the other end, some are now convinced that Eminem is a sellout for this, with takes like Eminem sold his soul, and even Ice Cube was brought into the mix to compare. Check this out. On one hand, we have Eminem, who became a tool for the machine. In the other, we have Ice Cube, who retained his principles as a father and an American. Thus, my respect to Cube skyrocketed, while on Eminem it plummeted. This was in response to a video of political commentator known as Candace Owens, who put Eminem on blast a few hours ago. But all in all, those in Eminem's corner have concluded that is intellectual property that Eminem owns. He can decide who or what causes it is used for as he wishes. On top of that, it was a poor try-hard move to get attention. I'd argue that Vivek Ramaswamy got what he wanted out of this, even though he agrees to respect Eminem's wishes, as in response to a CNN segment on this.
And his spokesperson says he just got on the stage and cut loose in Iowa. But now the Ramaswamy campaign says it plans to comply with Eminem's request. What will they go for next, do you think?
50 Cent.
50 Cent?
Yeah.
Coming at ya.
I'm gonna lose it now.
Some have echoed this point. Good. It is very common, as all people associated with songs deserve compensation if people want to use their songs in big events like a campaign. Vivek knew this and did it anyway cause it got clout. And MSNBC shared this a few hours ago. Ramaswamy and Trump now have another thing in common: Eminem's contempt. And here's a question for you guys: will Ramaswamy make it into Eminem's rhyme book? And moving on to the next point, it is that time of the month when we get the report for the most viewed hip-hop artists in the world on YouTube. It goes, rap artists with the most YouTube views in August. And as you can see, Eminem makes it 8 in 8 for 2023 so far. And top 5 goes Eminem, Travis, Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Doja Cat. 2 to 5 recently dropped music, but you can also spot 50 Cent and Tupac in the top 10, which is also mind-blowing to say the least. And as usual, this has stirred some interesting reactions so far. It is like clockwork at this point, the questions about who even listens to Eminem anymore, and they just double down every month. Bro, is Eminem still dropping music? Why he always first? Loudly crying emojis. But it is not just YouTube. Even on Spotify, it has been Drake and then Eminem in second for most of 2023 so far. And personally, I find the back and forth entertaining. The delusion is a sight to behold when hate is involved, as when a user expanded, Eminem just did 20 consecutive months as the most watched rapper on YouTube. Eminem is him. It got this response: Spotify and Apple Music greater. But on Spotify, Eminem is the second most streamed hip-hop artist of all time. And Apple Music still hides their numbers as they take baby steps. The most streamed song on Apple Music, Shape of You, has less streams than Eminem's Rap Guide on Spotify. No song has hit 1 billion streams on Apple Music so far. perhaps this is why they still hide their numbers. Add that to the fact that no rapper will ever touch Eminem's pure sales and digital sales.
Boy.
And we got a nice throwback, quote, "Nobody's bumping M in their car."
I don't hear Eminem in the streets.
Incredible. That shit was funny. It's funny as fuck.
And we look forward to the ever-changing list of excuses whenever we get reports like this. That will be all. Share your thoughts below and see you on the next one.